Watch this. And got him. Yep, there is Ghost Shell number 4 today. So, yeah, it is what it is. Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies, and welcome back to Connor. I just got in touch with Connor again on Discord. He's a nice kid. I think I've talked about him recently. And I happened to run into him in a match. So he caught me at one of the rare times where I don't have to be juggling babies. And I was able to play a few matches with the lad. And it was really nice to catch up a little bit and make progress a tiny bit in some of my 9.0 lineup vehicles. I am very much not a fan of the stock grind, as you are all no doubt aware. Also, not loving the exhaust blocking my thermals, but that's just sort of a feature rather than a bug now, isn't it? Time for me to adjust my strategies. So what are we doing here? I'm enjoying my Merkava, what is this, 2B? Merkava Sprechen Sie Deutsch. I'm enjoying my Merkava 2B, which has the, oh boy, I just realized something. Isn't that one of them Nair robot characters? Anyway, this has the Gen 1 thermals, which mean you have fuzzy hacker vision. And especially at nighttime, they prove helpful. Especially useful when enemy teams are focused somewhere else. And if we can just I guess he had more ERA than I accounted for. But a nice little cannon breach starts off the match fairly well. And oh, don't ghost on me yet. We've got more of a conversation to go through. Oh, well, that round was probably aimed at me. Think fast, Toshio. What are we going to do? We have an enemy Soviet tank repairing his cannon breach right there. There we go. That's not going to do anything. And thankfully, we got into some decent cover. Setting him off Fuego will reset his repair timer, so he's got some difficult decisions to make. It looks like he's focused on trying to DACA me. Thankfully, the Merkava is built fairly tough. And could we actually take down his top-mounted machine gun? I guess not. And another fire for you, sir. You're welcome. Oh, as fire from above takes him down. So what's the point of this video other than I had a delightful time suffering with my friend Connor. We were playing some 9.0 and it's pretty rough, and that's basically the gist of the video. I took out the affordable Turkish Delight MBT earlier today, and I have not smelled a stinkier turd in War Thunder for some time. It's not a bad tank at all, except that it's a 10.0, which means that's top tier matchmaker, and it hurts. It really hurts in an up tier. It doesn't do well at its own battle rating, and did I mention it's bone stock? One of the things that makes a massive difference when it comes to the people that were reviewing the AMBT is that it was spaded when it was made available for review purposes. So you don't suffer with the 120mm Heat FS round, which is not as terrible as the 105 Heat FS that I'm suffering with now. But at your tier, everything has either NERA or ERA that completely invalidates your passport when it comes to perforation with that round, and if you do manage to punch through, say, a lower glacis, then Gaijin, the Snail Lord, will grant you 1 shrapnels with which to discomfort the enemy's driver, and nothing else. And of course, because of the way gun handling and lethality works for everybody that's not you, you are straight up boned. But this is not that. This is 9.0, and I've actually found that the meta here is a lot more enjoyable. It's not a bunch of tryhards camping cheeky spots in Leo 2 A5s. It's a whole lot more... I shouldn't say that it's like low tier, where people are just pressing W to win and making life glorious the way you should. But yes, we are definitely getting ourselves killed here, but we have a plan. And that plan is to die and get into something better. But the afterlife, I tell you, is better for a tanker, because you come back in CAS. And you know how I do. I love me some CAS. What was I saying? People are a little bit more relaxed down here, and they do things like actually moving around the map. So 9.0, definitely a lot more comfortable than 10. Battle rating. Can't believe I'm even talking about these battle ratings. Top tier has never been a place where I feel welcome. I've never been a really competitive player, even though I try to improve constantly, and that does mean that I've significantly increased in my knowledge and ability in War Thunder, but I'd like to think of myself as aggressively average. One of the things that I still really struggle with is situational awareness, knowing what's going on around me, and that's one of the reasons that I appreciate close air support so much, especially with an aircraft as capable as the FJ-4B VMF. And in case you wonder what the VMF stands for, it's very much frags. I love the bullpups on this aircraft. I didn't know, okay? I've had this thing for ages, and I just didn't play it because I wasn't playing 9.0, but kudos to World War Mode, which encouraged me to try out some G91 CAS with its Nord anti-ship missiles, and I gotta say, I definitely see why they're so popular. These air-to-ground missiles are so powerful, they're so accurate, and also they take a lot of input to get onto target just right. And you deal with enemy jets that have missiles, you deal with enemy helicopters that have heat-seeking missiles, you deal with ground-based AA that can ruin your day. And look at all the DACA coming up in the sky for, what is that, a MiG-15, MiG-17, something like that. Oh man. Anyway, I'm loving the looks of this after the insanity that was this match. But I really enjoy flying these Sabre-like jets in close air support and having some very deadly equipment to go along with it. The rockets are also fun, but they're a little bit more of a drag, I think, and the rocket pods remain attached. Wouldn't it be cool if once you empty a rocket pod, you could yeet it off of the rails to give your aircraft a little bit more aerodynamic efficiency? I feel like that would be a lot of fun. Anyway, that's a dream for another day. But today, we meme with the bullpups, and this match definitely didn't go well for us on the ground, and we're about to be intercepted in the air. A little bit of wingtip damage, and our plane completely forgets how to fly and just noses straight into the ground. Because of course. Why would you expect anything else? Anyway, that was that mission, and we ended up having a pretty good time. Now you see me alone and Connorless. It's been a little bit, and I found another chance to play a little bit of War Thunder. I actually was at home with my baby son, who's our third and last, I tell you, child. He's really fresh, and he's always hungry except when he's sleeping, and after changing a poopy diaper and giving him a bottle, he was down for a nap, so I had a little bit of time to play. And I didn't show you my misery and suffering in the that little shillelagh boy, but trust me when I say there are some things that are just disappointing about that light tank. And part of it has to do, actually, with the way that Gaijin models the automatic transmission on vehicles. So, for those of you that don't know, you can actually manually control which gear your tank is in, and that is the only way to have any form of intelligence, artificial or otherwise, acting on your behalf. Otherwise, let's dip below SPAA range. Otherwise, your driver does exceedingly stupid things, to wit, shifting when you're at low RPMs into a higher gear, realizing your RPMs are too low, shifting down, shifting up, shifting down, shifting up, shifting down, shifting up, and it's like there is code that can fix this issue. This has been an issue with War Thunder for years. I'll bet I could write the code. I mean, you just have to set a few parameters, a few limits on how often the automatic transmission shifts. And in case you were wondering, every car that has an automatic transmission is smarter about shifting than the drivers in War Thunder. So, what does that have to do? As I rant while I'm enjoying myself with some Cass here, rescuing myself out of the trouble that I got into, I tell you. I was not doing well. My team was doing all right, and somebody was talking strategy, but again, my situational awareness is really bad. By the time I realize somebody is writing something in team chat, it's too late, man. I've already moved way past where you wanted me to be, and I apologize, but old man, maybe a little bit of ADD, I don't know, but I can't focus on that many things, and I tend to have to focus on things like, well, for now, not crashing into the ground. But that light tank that I'll remember the name of after, that was a beautiful hit, by the way, as the rounds were coming up toward me, and enemy jet on my tail, we can outturn him. So we do. Rolling scissors time. Sabres and FJ4Bs tend to do fairly well in a rolling scissors because they roll over so quickly. You can sometimes outmaneuver, if not out-energy, these Soviet jets. They end up having lots of energy left over after maneuvering, but you can maneuver a little bit more sharply in a Sabre type jet, so you can make it very difficult for them to get their guns on target, which is always helpful. And it looks like our buddy in the Meteor actually took down that guy, but again, say it with me now, garbage situational awareness. I wasn't sure that guy was dead, so I was gonna make sure, or at least take a few pot shots. I think I have yet to kill anything with the guns on this jet. Anyway, a few quick kills and we're back on top again. Maybe I'll talk about the terrible driver another day, but it's a lot easier to maneuver in some vehicles, i.e. traverse the hull, when your driver is not constantly shifting and dumping all of your power into the clutch, into the abyss. So what you do is you bind some keys for cruise control. And then you just hit cruise control forward once, and your driver will not shift up past like second or third gear, and he'll maintain high RPMs. Such a good boy, such a clever boy. Gaijin, fix your things, please. The driver, it's always been a thing. Please fix. Okay, that'll do it for this video. Catch you guys in the next one, and as always, there's a link to my Discord in the description below. That's the best place to get a hold of me, and I look forward to hearing from you. Also, if you come to the Discord, there's a vetting process, I guess, where you have to let one of my mods know that you've read the rules, and then they'll let you into full access of the server. Okay, bye-bye.